Welcome to video 3 of the Using SEO to Market Your Website video tutorial series. This video specifically covers Google, its importance, and how it works. Now, Google is undisputedly the single most important search engine in the world, so much so that the very word Google is used as a verb in several different languages. Just think about how many times you've heard someone say, just Google such and such, or I Googled such and such and found, etc. So that just kind of helps justify why Google is such a big deal in the realm of SEO, and why you'll notice Google being mentioned so much throughout this tutorial series. So why exactly is Google so important? Well, on top of being the most used search engine in the world, the technology behind Google's engine is arguably the most advanced and effective search engine technology ever created. The backbone of this technology is Google's advanced ranking algorithms, which it's developed and improved over the years. Simply put, Google's ranking algorithms provide not only the most accurate, but the most reliable results. Now, aside from being the biggest and best search engine out there, Google's results are used by several other search engines, such as AOL, as well as thousands of websites across the internet, including CNN. So in terms of marketing and volume of traffic, it's extremely important to optimize your website for Google. So how does Google work? As mentioned previously, Google's a crawler-based search engine, and follows the same 3 fundamental steps that I mentioned in the previous video: crawling, indexing, and retrieval. Now, Google's crawler is called the Googlebot, and it's essentially software that scours the web and analyzes pages. Once again, the important thing to note here is that web page appearance and things of that nature are completely irrelevant to the Googlebot. Now, Google's algorithms for indexing and ranking are responsible for providing such relevant and reliable results. These algorithms are extremely complex, and explaining exactly detail for detail the process by which they calculate these results would be like trying to explain how a computer works, from the electrical current to the various hardware components, and finally displaying the output on your monitor. In a way, that's how complex and multifaceted this technology is. But in short, there's 2 facets of Google's algorithm. The first component being keywords, which are simply words or phrases that effectively describe or identify a web page. Now, keywords are ultimately responsible for providing that relevance in the rankings. And second is page links. Google takes into consideration both links to and from your web page. Now, the link component helps identify not only how popular a website is, but also how well established that website is. So if you think about it, if an article is being linked to from thousands of other sources out there, it goes to prove how well known that article is. So let's do an example here and see exactly what Google thinks is news when I search for news. And here are our results. We've got CNN, Fox News, essentially the biggest news corporations out there. Now, these algorithms don't have television, they don't watch Larry King live, but they can see millions of other pages on the internet linking to CNN. This tells Google that not only is CNN.com extremely popular, but that a very large portion of the internet identifies CNN as relating to news. So that's how and why the ranking algorithm uses links to establish the quality or reliability of a website. I'll explain search engine ranking in greater detail in the next video. This completes video 3 of the Using SEO to Market Your Website video tutorial series.